at him.
I know the leaves are green.
Reggie up to perk, whatever you wanna get. I got so many connects, I'm like a Lego block set. Just hit the block and jet. Not meaning no disrespect, but I'm holding weed fair. That's more than one of your checks. I'm on the rebel phone.
Official.StreetSmarks@gmail.com is how you want to contact us. Listen to us right here exclusively on YouTube, Street Smark Audio. Or fuck with us. Official.StreetSmarks on IG. Official.StreetSmarks on SoundCloud. Street Smark fan page on Facebook. Street_Smarks on Twitter. We're going to talk about some wrestling as Hot Stuff Hollywood, the paragon of professionalism, continues to echo into the mic. Speaking of New Day, New Day gonna be fighting the Shield pretty soon.
Oh, well, I guess it's about to be over for New Day.
Right. Exactly.
Nice knowing y'all.
And the bad part about it is, all right, so what are you gonna do? You gonna boo New Day? Because ain't nobody booing the Shield. They'll boo Roman, but they ain't booing, you know what I'm saying? They ain't booing the Shield as a collective.
Right, then doing that old little gimmick thing.
Right, and then the New Day come down, you know, clapping and twerking and shit.
Hawking their booty-os.
Right, booty-oing down the aisle and shit. Do you honestly believe that the New Day is gonna go over?
No. No
So
chance.
what's the point?
I guess they're either ready to be done with the New Day or they're running out of people to feed to the Shield.
There's something that I've been highlighting on the internet, you know, in various places that I frequent, that nobody has really taken the time to listen to because obviously I'm a goof, or I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, which is absolutely false. But
no, it's just your goof.
Okay. Pish posh.
Yeah.
But there's been an uptick of trios in the main event, in WWE main events over the last year. You know what I'm saying? You had you can start saying, all right, the Shield was fighting Evolution. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? That was a couple years back. Mm-hmm. But, you know what I'm saying, we could say that was the beta for all these trios in the main event because they were nothing but wild, you know what I'm saying, brawls, went all over the arena and everything like that. And it kind of reminds me of how it would be the WWE version of how a lucha main event would be. Because that's what they do down in Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they do these, you know, they do these luchador trios matches. That's what they're known for.
Okay.
And I've been highlighting to people like, yo, do y'all not notice that the WWE is doing this uptick of trios? Like they're doing 6-man tags in the main event. Now, it'd be a different story if they were doing 6-man tags down in the mid card, jerking the curtain with a 6-man. But these are 6-man matches in the main event. Okay, so one, no titles on the line, obviously.
Right.
Okay, so you're pseudo protecting the belts. Okay. And two, is this a thing where we're trying to get the audience to normalize Mexico wrestling?
You think there's a push down the road to influx some Mexican lucha libre into the mainstream?
They've already started to influence us with Japanese strong style. You see what I'm saying? Like, they've always tried to bring, unsuccessfully, bring international talent. And, I mean, to some varying degrees of success. You know what I'm saying? But Japanese guys don't really work in New York. Mexico guys can kind of work. I mean, Ray worked in New York to a certain extent. I mean, not at the main event level.
No, he was in the main event picture for some strange reason. No, I don't think he should have been.
No, I don't believe he should have been either. But they did it. I mean, they based it off of his merchandise sales to put him in the main event.
Yeah.
So I get it. And then they used Eddie's death as a catalyst to propel him to the main event. So I get it. Mm-hmm. But Ray, even though he broke in Mexico, he's American. I mean, he's from San Diego. He's from San Diego.
619.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So even though he can't cut a promo, even though he's heavily based in the lucha style, I still consider him. I mean, and plus he's been on American TV for 20 plus years. He's pretty much an American wrestler who does lucha libre. You know, I'm talking about. All right, you got these wild ass 6-mans where there's no lucha going on, but is that a precursor to globalizing the product? Okay, it's like, yeah, luchadors probably don't work on a main event level in New York, but we can do the luchador style type of match, and that may work because they work. Obviously, the 6-man tags in the main event obviously work because people popped this shit when Evolution and the Shield was fighting, or or when the Shield and the Wyatts were fighting.
Yeah.
Okay, so this will be another extension of that. Now you got two teams that are worth a damn. I mean, I'm not a fan of the New Day all like that, really, as a trio.
Yeah.
And the Shield they're the established main event guys. Mm-hmm. But the style will work, but ultimately, you're sacrificing the New Day at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Because, and it's interesting that they're going to be feuding because they're on different brands. So I take it this isn't going to be a Survivor Series.
No. I'm thinking this is just for Survivor Series.
Oh, okay.
That's what I was under the impression because they got the belts off of Dean and Steph, put them back to the bar,
right?
So the bar can fight the Usos at Survivor Series. Speaking of Survivor Series, the Maharaja lost his belt.
Yeah, and a stunning surprise for me anyway, unless it is true that he popped hot for some, as we were talking on last week, speculating allegedly, then I guess it would make sense that they would take the belt up off of him.
That's also, I mean, that's definitely a rumor. The other rumor is that's floating around is Brock and Paul Heyman politics. Because it wouldn't be a good match. And rightfully so. It wouldn't be a good match.
Wow.
I mean, think about it. Okay, so now AJ is the champ. Who do you go with? Brock AJ or Brock Jinder?
Brock AJ.
I mean, it makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But you had something going with Jinder in his title reign because you were actually turning fans. And I believe it's that troll fan base, that troll themed fan base of the internet wrestling community that they're at first are just going along with the gender experiment just because I want to make people mad.
Right.
Now they're going, well, you know what? It wasn't that
bad. That is crazy, though, that a little bit of politicking for one match, which ultimately, because there's, other than pseudo kayfabe bragging rights, like there's really nothing on the line, but it's crazy that politicking for one match can affect the world champion of a brand.
Not only can it affect the world champion of a brand, it can affect the views of said world champion. Because people are upset. There is a contingent of people who are upset at Brock Heyman or whoever made the decision to take the title off of Jinder. Because the run, while it wasn't spectacular, it was still consistent, and people really don't like, hot potato title shots.
Right.
Or title reigns, I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to have a belt, leave it on somebody. You know what I'm saying? So at least the story makes sense. The overall story arc of the Jinder Mahal experiment makes sense. You got maybe Brock politicking, or Vince making the call, or Paul making the call, or whoever made the call to get the belt off the boy, or wellness, whatever have you. It sucks because he was growing into the championship role. Now does that mean we'll be seeing subsequent Jinder Mahal title shots going down the line? Probably not. But the way that his title run was perceived, in hindsight, he could be looked at as a B-show challenger.
And you know what is crazy to me, because Jinder Mahal's promo where he challenged Brock Lesnar was the catalyst for this whole, at least storyline wise, for this whole Raw versus SmackDown thing to begin with.
Exactly.
now the guy who called out Brock Lesnar, and basically they formed. You got the U.S. title going, the U.S. champ going versus the IC champ, the tag champs.
Basically, Survivor Series 2001.
Exactly.
Basically.
So you got basically a inter-brand battle going on, started by this one man, and now this one man is not even in the match anymore.
So, I would not be surprised if Jinder, because again, it's still non-title. It's still a non-title match.
Right.
So if you need some chicanery in the match, Jinder running down to cost Brock the match or whatever.
I could see him costing AJ the match.
It doesn't matter either way it go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It still puts him back, and it's only gonna make Jinder more beloved. So guess what? You motherfuckers who worked, y'all done worked yourselves, the fans. You have worked yourself into a shoot.
Now I'm on board for that.
That's crazy. They had, by being trolls and hating the motherfucking Jinder experiment. Brock gets the belt gets off of him. If the motherfucker comes back to cost the motherfucking the match, all that's a babyface pop.
Yeah.
That's a babyface pop. Guess what? Now the fans have worked themselves into a shoot like in Jinder.
Oh man, I would love to see that. I would love to see that. It would be hilarious.
The idiocy of the IWC astounds me.
Let's see. I don't know. I'm always hesitant to lump people into a collective whole. You know what I'm saying? But I guess if you sometimes you can't help but to use the vocal minority as the example for what a group represents or whatever. Because
the other thing that makes me laugh about it is that when Vince and everybody made the call to put it on Jinder, universally it was terrible.
right, no one liked
It's a
it.
bad call. But guess what? Through subtle motherfucking politics or whatever have you, through certain, saying Vince-isms, you might end up liking Jinder Mahal on the outset of this.
He grew on me. I mean, his, his stick grew on me, because I've, him and the Singh brothers and everything. And just, I don't know, just the fact that if here's a guy who's the weak link of 3MB, which is already itself a group of weak links.
That is true. There is not a lie in that statement.
You know what I'm saying? The weakest of the weak is elevated to world champion. And, you know what I'm saying? And I don't know. If it might have been the WWE trolling the IWC on that.
They've been trolling the IWC for years. That's the whole basis of the reality era. We're going to troll you into liking who we want you to like. Or guess what? If you don't like them, guess what? Doesn't matter. We're still going to do it anyway. Right. We got your fucking money. Whether you're paying Spectrum, you know what I'm saying, and you're watching Raw every fucking week, or you're paying $9.99 directly for the WWE Network, it doesn't matter. We're getting your money.
Or if you're paying for Hulu and you're not even watching it, because you can watch replays of Raw and SmackDown on Hulu.
Right. But it doesn't matter. We still got your money. And guess what? If you're one of those few motherfuckers that pirate everything, it doesn't matter. You still watch the product. So you're still a goof who watches a bad product, or you a sucker. It's the worst fucking options. It's like, so you goof or you're a sucker.
Can you dig it, sucker?
I was going to do StreetSmarks Cinema, but I'm going to save that to next week because we're doing a go-home show of EC-Dub. But before we get into that, we're going to get into some wrestling history. We'll be back. Peace.